Greetings YouTube, welcome to a long delayed bargain video. I haven't had a computer for over a month now, so I can't render anything, and I've been putting off doing this, hopefully because it would come back, and it hasn't come back yet. So I need to get this done so I can get the office cleaned up. So we're going to have to probably break this in multiple parts because there's a lot of stuff for this video, because again, it's been a month. So here we have the 10th anniversary of Liberty Meadows by Frank Cho. He is a problematic artist, I freely admit that, but I love his style, and he does draw women well. We have the Star Wars Blueprint collection, the Rebels edition. This has 5 poster-sized blueprint in it, as well as, if I can open the book with the one hand, there we go, as long as a little book passage describing some of the details in the blueprints themselves. And there are the blueprints. We have One Earth, the story of a young Superboy, or Superman rather. Wild Spellcraft, a I think 3.5, or it could just be 3.0 supplement for Wild Magic. So I thought I'd give that a read. Lewis Black's Nothing Sacred, a book about flappers, which I plan on passing on to my friend Felicia, who loves the aesthetic of that era. We have The Canon, a whirly-gig tour of the beautiful basics of science. The official guide to the Smithsonian, which I picked up because, well, the Smithsonian, it's interesting, but it's got blueprints, and I do love floor plans. So if you ever want to run an adventure in the Smithsonian, now I have the maps for it. We have Bestiary, the 4th Bestiary for the Pathfinder 1st edition game. I picked this up for $14 at a Bull Moose Music in Salem, New Hampshire. We have Guns of the Old West, which I thought might make an interesting read. We have Insects, which is supposed to be kind of a, I don't know, Steam era fantasy story. It looked kind of interesting, and the art style looked cool, so I picked that up. We have the first 5 issues of Bear, which is a comic I got for my wife, and I paid less than $3 a copy. And we have Old Man Logan #1, which I've never actually read, and I thought I'd give it a read. I believe that's all the text. The next section is going all the written stuff. Next, we're going to come up with a lot of DVDs. We have Pan's Labyrinth on Blu-ray. This is an upgrade for us. We have it on DVD. A twofer. The Giant Gila Monster and Creatures of the Haunted Sea. A Betty Page movie. Manborg, which is marvelous, wonderful, fantastical schlock of the first water. Just awesome. See this movie and make sure you watch the trailer at the end. Freeway, which is supposed to be a modern retelling of Little Red Riding Hood. The Kingdom, an action film. The Wild Wild West, which is a horrible film, but I want to listen to the commentary track. The Smurfs, which I've never seen, and it has a commentary track. Everything Must Go. I'm giving Will Ferrell another shot. I loved him in... shoot, now I'm blanking on the name of the film that I really loved him in. Wow, that stinks. I hate when that happens. Where he plays the accountant, working for the IRS. That one, yeah. Awesome. Great film. Can't think of the name. I apologize. Thumbsucker, which I've heard about, never seen. Real Women Have Curves, a film I've heard about, never seen. It is a very problematic concept because real women come in all shape and sizes, just not with curves. That's not an exclusive thing. Thin women, curvy women, they're all good women. The Good Girl, speaking of good women, this is the Criterion collection of a copy of Brazil. The Protector, martial arts film. Igby Goes Down. I've heard about this, never seen it. Swing Vote, a film I saw a trailer for once, and I thought, that looks kind of interesting, and I never got around to seeing it. Now I can. Paul, which is an upgrade for us to a Blu-ray with commentary. At the World's End, The World's End, which is also an upgrade to Blu-ray. It has a commentary track. We already own those. They'll be getting donated. Center Stage, a dance movie. I love dance movies. Batman Year One, haven't seen that. This is a 3-fer. I picked it up for $1. It's got Contraband, Savages, and Sabotage. These two have commentary tracks. I'll be keeping those. I saw this one. It's a brutal modern version of an 80s action film, in my opinion. Not my thing. I'll never watch it again. I already gave it away. The Prince got John Cusack and Bruce Willis in it. Can't be all bad. Ferdinand, which my wife really wants to see. And speaking of my wife, apparently she lost her copy of Charlie Brown's Christmas, and now we have the replacement. On to more movies. We have The Devil's Tomb, which has Cuba Gooding Jr. in it, and I bought that mostly because I wanted to hear the commentary track, which he is on. Just Friends, I love Ryan Reynolds. Hell Ride, which looks like just, exploitation style biker movie. Over the Hill Gang and Overkill Gang Ride Again. I vaguely remember one of these movies from my childhood. Tai Chi Zero, martial arts film. Wu Chi, kind of a science fiction martial arts film. Varan, the Unbelievable, which is unbelievable. Watch it. It's over the top. A twofer of Elvira's movie Macabre. We have Leatherheads, which is an upgrade to Blu-ray. North Star, which is a Western. Philadelphia, shockingly, I didn't have this in my collection. Going the Distance, rom-com. Karate Kid 2. Space Ghost, Coast to Coast, Volume 1. The Song of the Sea, which is an anime I've never seen, but it looked, I liked the art style, so I bought it kind of blind. What's that one called? The Legend of Ben Hall. The sticker's in my way. Again, I bought that blind, but I like a Western. Adventure Time. I've never seen any Adventure Time, but I picked this up for $5. Thought it would be a good intro. Bad Teacher. Father Figures, which I've seen the trailer of and thought that might be fun to watch. Now I can. Ice Age: Dawn of the Dinosaurs. What's this one called? Sorry. The Chum Scrubber. Haven't seen it. Looked cool. I picked it up. Dead Like Me, so now I have the first 2 seasons of that. Future Shock. The story of 2000 AD, which is a comic company which introduced British comics to the American audience. And I loved many of them, so I was kind of glad that I found this. It was $10, but for me it was worth it because I wanted to see this documentary. And we have Phineas and Ferb Star Wars. And yet, we have more movies. The first season of Saturday Night Live, which I think was the best season ever. I can remember watching the first episode when it first aired so many years ago. Bad Words with Jason Bateman. Mary and Max, a stop-motion film, which I have never heard of, but I'm like, for $2, it looked cool. I'll figure it out. And it's got Philip Seymour Hoffman as one of the voices, and my wife happens to love him. And we have Bloodsuckers and Bloodthirst. Yay for old-style horror movies. Escape Plan, The Extractors. We now have all 3 of these, though I have yet to watch 2 and 3. A live performance by Steve Earle. I love Steve Earle. A Wrinkle in Time, which wasn't bad. Arn, the Knight Templar. Operation Endgame. This was a hell of a lot of fun. I did a review of it, but if you haven't seen it, go look it up. It was a great film, a lot of fun. Bee Gees album, a Bette Midler Cool Yule album, and Anastasia. So that finishes all the digital media. I now own a Dragon Priest mask. Yep, my very own Dragon Priest mask. I'm gonna think I can use a bowl rack. They make racks for holding bowls, like art pieces on the wall. I think I can use one of those to hold this in place, though I may want to also attach it some way so it doesn't tip forward, because those pointy things kind of make it very awkward. We have that skull for my wife to decorate for Halloween. She loves Halloween decorations. And we have Creatures of Myth and Legend card game, which I think I could be able to use as a reference to gaming and as a game idea generator. We have this, which is a pestle made of glass. I'm assuming tempered glass, because it was actually used as a as a pistol, and I thought it artistically beautiful, and I like impact weapons. Though you hit somebody with this, you do a lot of damage. Probably break it and save time though. We have a cement, not concrete, a cement pumpkin, which my wife quite liked. We picked that up at a thrift shop, I think. We have some bells. Now this bell is probably the most interesting. It's a Japanese mid-century Pegasus, and it has an external clapper. So awesome sound, beautiful bell. So I think that's the only external clapper bell we have that has a swing style. I have a couple that you hit, like they hang freely, but this is awesome. Mid-century Japanese, just great. Then we have a hand-carved beaver bell. We have this one, which is a Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. This is a Sarna bell from India. And my wife didn't have this shape. She loves Sarna bells. We have a chicken made from soapstone. And look at those eyes. He just stares in your soul. He stares in your soul. We have Fleam from Smallfoot, which I actually have not seen Smallfoot yet. My wife loves Abominable Snowman, Bigfoot, things like that. And so I found this guy on sale, and I'm like, I don't even know this character, but she will love this buck-toothed snowman, so that's what I got for her. And we have this boar hat, who when I bought him was missing an eye, so we put an eye patch on him, and I've nicknamed him Nick. So next is going to be tools, I believe.
Okay, I lied about there being another section because my voice was shot and I was tired at that point in the day. So this is the complete video. There's not going to be anything else for this one. I will film the other items on another bargain video, which hopefully I will be putting up in the near future. And this is also my first attempt at using a new form of video editing software. So let's hope that this works, because I would really like it to. Because the latest version of Movie Maker, which is what I had been using for years, is an ad riddled piece of trash. It's crippled with ads to the point where it doesn't function. So we're going to try this. What the heck am I using anyway? What's this new software called? OpenShot. So we're trying OpenShot, see if OpenShot works. So let's see if OpenShot works. And if I remember correctly, I'll put in the links below so you can follow my Instagram and see the weird stuff that I don't buy, that I do find, however, because I find some really freaky things out there. Thanks.